Okay, hey guys. Today we're going to be reviewing the Allosaurus from the Hasbro 2013 Jurassic Park line. Okay, to start off, I'm going to talk about the mold, the sculpt of the model. This probably has to be Hasbro's best Jurassic Park model to date. Their previous dinosaur toys for the movies and the separate lines that came between and after the third movie were pretty lackluster. They usually just took old molds and repainted them, and that's about it. So for the 2013 line, we only got two new dinosaurs. This Allosaurus and the Pachyrhinosaurus. I am planning to buy the other one, the Pachyrhinosaurus, but for now I have this guy, and he is a great model. He's a great Jurassic Park toy, and probably the best I have seen so far, especially when considering the price and the size. He's not gonna, be your favorite, especially if you have something like the original red T-Rex, but for me it can come at a close second. Okay, so if we look, let's start with the head. If we look at the head, we can see that this model has much more detail than previous Jurassic Park toys of this size, especially something made by Hasbro or Kenner. We can see that the horns are very detailed. This middle crest here has various striations. There we go. Okay, and then you have these, I really don't know what to call them. They sort of look like feathers on the model, but I'm pretty sure they aren't. It's just this sort of, these spikes coming out and going down through his spine. Through his back. Okay, if we look at the teeth, they look very sharp, even though they aren't, which is a plus because usually Jurassic Park toys come with very stubby teeth, especially the carnivores like the Velociraptor and the T-Rex. So this is a welcome change, and they are pretty detailed even though they're not separate. The tongue also has some great detail. I don't know if you can see there. Let me try to focus. Okay, there you can see a little better. It's pretty good. The mouth is well sculpted. There isn't much detail on the upper roof of the mouth. I'm pretty sure you can't see much there. Yeah, it's pretty dark. Yeah, but there's not much to look at. There's nothing in there. The back of the mouth, you can see the joint that connects the head to the neck, and it does have articulation. In the jaw, you can also rotate the head and make him look down or up, even though this does look a little unnatural. But for a head, it has pretty good articulation. If we move down, you can see this ruffling of focus. The ruffling of these, the skin around the neck. If I flip them over, same thing. And it's not even. It's not a perfect circle around the head. This makes it look much more natural. You can also start seeing this scaling, these scales, and that follows the rest of the body, at least on the top portion of it. If we move down to the center of the body, the torso, you can see that there's a lot of detail here. I'll show you what this little outline is in a second. Older Jurassic Park fans, especially people who have owned the previous toy, especially for the first movie, will recognize what this is. On the other side, we have the same thing. You can see the ribs there, the arms here protruding. I'll go into some detail about them soon. Towards the back, we see the legs and this area. I'm pretty sure it has a name, but it slips my mind at the moment. This is the only part of the sculpt that I found sort of strange. It looks a little too angular and unnatural, but it's just a minor gripe. Okay, let's go back to that outline that I mentioned earlier. Okay, this here is really cool because Hasbro brought back something that that hasn't really been a part of the Jurassic Park toy line since the late 1990s. I think the last time we saw something like this was for the Lost World toy line in 1998, 97. This is Dino Damage. And the cool thing about this, because they did have it for Jurassic Park 3, but you would not be able to cover it up, and it usually had a button that you clicked on, and the dinosaur made some sort of screech or roar, usually in pain, so you could sort of have another dinosaur come in and scratch him in that area, click the button, and you know, you can play around, make it seem like they're fighting. But this, I think, is much better because you can actually remove this little portion of skin and reveal meat and bone. And I think that's a lot cooler because you can actually make the dinosaurs look like they're ripping into each other. And at the end of the day, you can always cover it up and it looks a lot nicer on your shelf. Just a little thing, but I really like that. Okay, if we move down to the legs, you'll see some a different type of scale. This looks more fish-like, which I think it's really cool that they use different types of scales. Usually in a Jurassic Park model, they just go for these. Jurassic Park toy, they usually go for these little round reptilian type scales. But I really like that they used this type here on the legs. And if you start to move down, this trend continues. Here it starts looking more reptilian. And then finally we get to the feet, which look very avian, which is cool. The other leg is exactly the same, except that it's missing the JP branding. You can see it here. Very standard, reminiscent of the original Jurassic Park line. And then we move towards the tail, which is in a sort of S shape. The detail continues, and the only difference is these little spines have changed color. Up here they're light brown, tan, and down here they're just blue. Really don't understand why they went with that, but you know, whatever. It's a minor little gripe that I have with the toy. The arms have varying degrees of articulation. It's pretty good mobility for the arms. Oh, I forgot to show you that. When you move the hand up and down, the head also moves side to side. So I can get it like this. You see? Okay, the other arm is the same, but moving it has no effect on the head. You can also move up, down, and can go 360. The articulation in the legs is similar. You can move the leg back and forth, not 360 this time, but you know, I don't see why anybody would need to do that. If you move down, the feet also have pretty good articulation. These you can move around 360 degrees, and you can also push them up and down, so you can pose them however you wish. This model does come with an action figure, but the store where I bought this guy from was missing it. It had been stolen, and they gave me a discount. But I really think that the magic in Jurassic Park models lies in the dinosaur itself. The Jurassic Park toys. The action figures are sort of a little bonus for the kids. So I can't say anything about the action figure because I do not own it. But if it's anything close to the quality of this this toy here, it should be pretty good. The packaging was standard. I'm sorry I don't have it here now. It was thrown away. But I have to say that if you are looking for a Jurassic Park toy, this is probably one of the better ones, even though it's not connected to either of the movies, Jurassic Park, Jurassic Park: The Lost World, or Jurassic Park 3. He is arguably the best Jurassic Park toy I have ever owned. Right? Thank you for watching. This has been the Jurassic Park Allosaurus from the Hasbro company. And please rate and subscribe and comment below, and I'll see you next time.